to hear some things that you may have never heard, have some experiences, but we've been talking a lot about improvisation around these parts. So this is a realization of work that I did over the summer, which was so impactful for me that I said, I want us to all do it with this community. And because of the support of your teachers, and Dr. Valerio, we're going to make this half an hour to do this first. So Dr. Going to jump right on in, without further ado, a big round of applause for Mary.
Thank you. Thank you really, my work has been 30 plus years working with the cellist David Darling and the organization Music for People. And David was a believer. He worked with the Paul Winter Consort for many years, and he was a believer in humanistic music, in really bringing the human back into learning how to play music. And so it really is music from the inside out. And I'm going to share with you our musical mantras. I'm going to ask you to put your instruments down. I hope you have a place to do that, because you are the instrument. And we're going to begin with you. And this might not be your normal way of beginning. And I hope you're all okay for trying something new. Let me hear it. Are you good with that? Yes. All right. And really, what we've looked at is what's the easiest way. I work with musicians, highly seasoned musicians, also with people that feel like they don't have a musical bone or body. And so the idea is that everybody is full of music. And for a lot of people, this is not in their wheelhouse. And so we really want them to know, hey, you are full of music. And so truly we begin with the musician, which is you. And so voice is the easiest place to start. And I know some of you are going to go, but bear with me and play with the idea of, what if there were no wrong notes? How many of you are familiar with Victor Wooten and the music lesson? Truly an inspiration for me and for our organization. And music as language. And what if you only told students or kids, you only gave them 8 words to speak everything that they had within them for the rest of their lives? 8 notes. What if that was all we gave? So really, truly, all the notes in the spectrum, moving through all the microtonal notes, everywhere. So I want to explore that with you today. And I want to begin how we always begin music for people with, we take a breath, and we make one sound, and we hold the sound. There's no wrong way to do it. So we say, there are no wrong notes. So, can you say that with me? There are no wrong notes. Now, you're going to have to say it again. Remember, we're going returning to children. So imagine you're 2 or 3 or 4 years old. And you might be really excited. It's like, ooh, look at all the possibilities. So now say it like you believe it, all right? And get out of your own way. It says, oh my God, yes there are. I've been learning all the wrong notes for years. So we say again, there are no wrong notes.
There are no wrong notes.
And what if notes that lived together kinesthetically affected you from the inside out? So what if dissonance was actually like a good thing? And if you grew up in Bali and you played in the gamelan in Bali, you would know that they tune all the instruments just enough out of tune that everything beats, everything. So the whole gamelan is tuned out of tune because they believe, what if you believe like they do, that the life of music lives in the vibration of sound waves bouncing against each other. And so they believe that dissonance is the life of music, right? And they can't understand why in the Western world we tune everything A440 and kill it. So they think, wow, how did you do that? So there are no wrong notes. We've been doing for years when we studied about it. Oh, wow. We've been doing that cutting edge for years. We just take a breath, and I'll show you. So it is, you take a breath, and the top of the breath is whatever note is there, and you hold it and stay there. So I'll just show you everything. And then we stop it, all right? And so I invite you to stand up if you can put your instruments down. This is a body thing. All right, good. We will get your instruments, but you are your instruments, so we'll start here. What I want you to notice when you do this, and so the physicality of breathing, we're going to bring that into your instrument as well. So we're really breathing life into your sound. And I want you to hold a note and notice the collective community chord. Ready? Here we go. Breath. Oh, you got to show me the breath is the body thing, okay? Just bear with me here. Humor me. Ready? Breathe in. Okay, good. Now with a little more love and a little less timid nature. Here we go. Ready? Braver, and I'll get my mic so you're not hearing me blast out. And really release at exactly the same time. Here we go. Okay, pretty cool, right? What do you think? Not bad, right? For people that feel like they are not musical at all, this is sometimes the crowning moment to go, oh my God, that was amazing and it worked. You didn't have to think about it, you didn't have to worry about it, you didn't have to know what key you were in, right? They all live together, and some are close and some are further. One more. Now what if I led this with energy behind it? Okay, so now it's got emotion. Victor Wooten talks about the power of emotion coming into your note. All right, so I'm just going to lead it with my body, so figure out if you got my motion. Ready? You're watching it, so go. Oh, you got to be with me. Okay? Follow me. Mirror neurons in your brain, ready? I'm also working with neuroplasticity, so watch this. Mirror neurons, you're following me, ready? Keep that energy up, ready? Okay, you can sit back. And bravo, how did that feel? Did that feel like yikes? Okay, what are we doing? All right, I always start with words because you also are all woodwinds. Wind, air, breath, body. And so if your note, whatever you're playing, comes with that life behind it, then it's going to be alive. And if it comes with the brain behind it, it might sound kind of dead. Because it's coming from this part of your body and not this. So breath to sound gives us a lot of power and a lot of impact and emotion. So the attitude is take your hands like this. The first thing 30 plus years ago David Darling did was took his hands like this. And he went, wow. Anything's possible. Do you remember when you felt like anything was possible when you were like 3 or 4 years old? And you could do anything in the world. Anything. I worked with a lot of kids back to spend the morning with them. Anything's possible. So get yourself back to return to child. Like, okay, I'm there. And then you go, oh, wow. And so now it's a little harder the older we get to go into wow, wonder, awe. But guess what? It's the best place for our brains. It changes and rewires our brains to be in a space of wonder and awe. And so try it again. Just play with me here. See what happens when you go, wow. So really wow yourself, ready? Believe it. Ready? Go, wow, that was amazing. Wow. Okay. And now the best part is you get to wow somebody else because you got a group of people. I'm always like, yes, they group of people to play around with. So you get to listen to her. Wow, yeah, right. She's going, wow. Okay, so do wow somebody else next to you. You can fake it until you make it, okay? Here we go. Can you look around and find somebody who just said, it's you, yeah, it's awesome. Wow, it's you! Then, like children, just notice how you feel. It's so much better to look at someone and listen to them and go, oh, wow, it's you. That was nice. Instead of when you're, what's wrong? No, it really sucked. You know, I mean, think about how it changes the attitude of the energy that happens in our music. If you really were out of your own way in free play, you get back to that energy of curiosity and awe and wonder. Okay, sing what you play what you sing. The greatest thing I learned in music for people, and I was asking Dr. Valerio and Hassan, I just always called you Hassan, if that's okay. I was asking what they took away. What was the biggest thing that they took away? And I'm going to weave those into this presentation because I want to say, okay, what worked for you? What worked for you is sing what you play. And so for me, making that route from what lives inside and bringing it to my instruments, I play a lot of different instruments, but I brought the flute today, but bringing it to the flute is closest to my heart. It's the one that I can pretty much grab, sing what you play, and hear someone play something and be right there. I play guitar and percussion and give other things as well. But flute wins. I think wins are close to the heart. I think you are there with something that I'm hoping this will mean something to you. So, sing what you play is, if I do, and it's just however it comes out, all right? So we're not going to get in a way where it has to be exactly what I sang for you to play back. So get your instruments ready. And I am going to just vocalize some things, and I want you to call them back, all right? In any way, if it's high to low, you just do whatever notes high to low, okay? So if I go, bah, you go. Okay, good. Okay, now, ready? Ba, ba, boop. I think that's the coolest. And when the kids are learning instruments, it's like, you go, wow, that was so much fun. And so, if I play something, I want you to sing it back. And I want you to get inside the sound with your voice. So now you're really playing with what's outside, you're playing in, what's inside coming out. So if I go, okay, and you play this for one phrase. The human voice is genius, by the way, and that's what people realize. Hassan, you do the song. You get this like that. Isn't that cool? There's so many other sounds. Hey, can you get something on? Yes, I'll sing. So many places, thank you so much. Good. Can somebody give me a vocal call? And this can be like anything you want. I'm going to have Hassan do one first because I know he will do it. Oh, you got it. Oh, so if he says it, he uses voice, we have to play it back. Isn't that fun? It's like so cool to hear it back. Somebody else? Yeah, give us a call. Whatever. You can go, if I call it you. Yeah. I love the idea that it's that easy. And also to have all of you here with all the instruments, like, wow. So cool coming back. So sing what you play what you sing. We use a lot, and this has been a wonderful practice to develop. I'm going to give you tools that you can play with at home that I think will support you. Silence is your friend. So this is a big one. We get so excited in play that we start playing like crazy. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to give you a call, and I want you to find it, and just it's going to be like a drum group. So we're going to drum on it. So if I go, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, find your instrument, ba, ba, boom, instrument, ba, 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 good. This group, so now you're drumming out of your natural pattern. This side, keep going. This side, you'll stop. Now this is spaces. Conversation when you're playing and telling a story, but also sharing what lives here and bringing it outside and making your sound a humanistic, a piece of you from the heart, from the inside. That was huge for me because music always was kind of on the page, and all of a sudden it wasn't. It was in the body. It was like wow, and the freedom. And in the middle of the play, and we'll do it right now. This you do it is the release. So you're in the middle. All right, we'll do it. I'll show you the release in a minute. So let's go from the gamut of emotion, all of the possibilities when you're telling a sound story. So we're going to go to fire, all right? And I'm going to have you burn 30 seconds of crazy, just still walking. 30 seconds of fire, so it's as fast as you can, really smoldering, burning fire, okay? Get your instrument ready? So we're going to go there. Ready? It's yay energy fire, go! Take a breath and we release that. So in the middle of the play, we go with this Tai Chi-ish. So we're going to try it, just release. So in the middle of play, there's this beautiful release in the silence again. You're just having about these days I'm really about the effect of music on our bodies. Because you have a profound gift in sound to change the sonic environment outside people, but inside people. And the effect on the brain is huge. All right, now I want to go to the whole other end of fire, to water, okay? And so I just want you to play as whatever's the most fluid. We'll do another for about 30 seconds. Ready? And here we go, water. And release again. So one of the things that worked surprisingly well in the pandemic on screen, we were trying desperately on Zoom to try to figure out how can we still share this at a time, and I felt like the world needed it more than ever, stuck in our home spaces and unable to really share and be on this sort of kinesthetic effect level with one another. And so one of the things I'm going to share with you, one of my quick ones that I use all the time, is meet me where I am. And we're going to go right on the inner circle. And so the meet me where I am is, you're going to fill a few notes with as much emotion and just tell your story in sound. We did this on screen, and we just said they would call the next person on Zoom and they'd meet the energy of where they were, and then take it to what they were feeling. So you meet someone, match them, and that person fades away. You take the story, you tell a little more of it from who you are, and then that person, you hand it to the next person and it fades away. Make sense? It's going to be very short. So if I start and I just go, take a breath, so we'll all practice just kind of centering breath. We all kind of just checking where you are. Okay, and I keep playing, hand it off. You meet my energy and you take it to a new piece of the story of who you are. When you're ready, you just turn and keep playing till he's met you. And the story continues. Beautiful. Yeah. Fade away. Notice the emotion, phrasing, and the connection. Notice contrast, articulation. Texture, timbre. Beautiful dynamics. Now everybody listen, because we're going to meet this last player all together. We're going to meet her where she is when she passes it to us. How'd that feel? Everybody called back to me. Mirror neurons, we are wired to understand where another person is living inside. That's like a brain thing. We're not wired to be reading, catching. And when you're sharing music, it's the language that everybody gets. I travel a lot around the world and everybody gets music. It is so powerful. And could you hear the connection here coming around? Did you all feel that? You know, it's so accessible. It's so right there. We're so ready to connect with one another in this way. I love this. So this game is called Meet Me Where I Am. All right? The next one, so what I'm going to do is, my goal is you're a big group, and my goal was to get everybody to play and to experience these. So let's see. We've got about half an hour. What I'm thinking, and the other goal was we didn't want to rearrange the room too much, so we didn't have so much work to put it all back together. Here's what I'm thinking. If it works with all of you, I'd like to introduce some of the really wonderful ensemble forms that can work in duet, trio, quartet. So what I'd love to have you do is group yourself, and I think make your groups about 5. I think if you do that, we'll have about 10 groups, which I think we can squeeze into this time, and I can model a bunch of stuff for you. Does that sound okay for everybody? So listening, you'll learn. The listening to me is like as wonderful as the playing and taking in these processes. So organize your chairs just in clusters here. So just turn and see if you can find a group of about 5. Without rumble if you are a quartet. That means play on your instrument kind of. Sort of where you are. I'm just trying to figure out when I go through the forms. That'll be good. Rumble if you are a quintet. 5. I'm just waiting for fun rumbling with winds and there's a percussionist like, yeah. Rumble if you're bigger than 5. Your group is bigger than 5. Okay, super. That actually works well. Big groups over here. I'm going to start with the. Oh, and what are they? 3. Oh, rumble if you're a trio. Oh, yeah, I think that's that. And perfect. Okay, good. Super. So trio. I'm going to start with you, if that's okay. Okay, cool. And so actually I might join them over there. So one of the forms that are my favorite is solo ostinato. And for solo ostinato, short repeat pattern like you did. It's like drumming on your instrument. Not too many notes. And so the ostinato pieces fall in like a puzzle, like we did. So I had ba, 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 and they answered ba, ba, or whatever I did. I filled in the hole, all right? So we're going to build that coming around over here, and the trio is going to kind of move, just pretend, yeah, without too much movement. So I love to be in a form where everybody's kind of equal, and so, and that's why the geographic, we didn't want to change the room too much, but I still wanted you to know that for me, the form is really important, that we're all sort of equal around the circle, but this is fun. And so what we do is, before we begin anything, we release like this. So all fear, I don't know what she's going to make me do. I can see it on your face, and we release that and go, I don't know what you're going to make me do, it's going to be fun, right? Yay! Because there are no wrong notes and no way to do it, right? Because we're just making it up. Okay, good. So the first thing is, I'm going to play, we're going to keep this very short. And so when you tell a sound story, just like as short as can be, so we can really experience this. So I'm going to just play a short sound story coming in. Now notice when I put the pulse in, I feel this is my ostinato, and I look to the next person and invite you to just stay a tiny bit and lock in a puzzle piece. Then you pass it on and say it again. Yep. Person, keep going, they don't stop. And it stays together, and I play just a short sound story, just where am I going? And I pass the story around, and it goes around the circle. When everybody's solo, we go through just to see what happens for just like 20 seconds. Here we go. And see if you can find it in. And everybody goes, yay! Very important. Nice job. Well done. Okay, solo ostinato, such a super form, and so easy. So this group, can we play the same one just to reinforce the form? And so now this group, I'm not a part of this group, and so they're going to have to look at each other. And this is a self-organizing system. And so they look at each other and decide who's first in 1 second or less. Second's gone by. Who is it? Okay, so it's always something points. And usually so many people pointed. I don't know if you saw that. Okay, are you okay with one? Very good. Okay, and now I'm going to invite this group. Well, the last time we came in by playing a little bit and landing on an ostinato. Everybody got that? That's one way in. The other way in is the first person just goes right to the ostinato. So just a few notes and just putting pulse in your body. You might go da da da, and leaving space. Make sense? Okay, and you have to show which way is it going to go around. The group needs to know who's going next. So who are you going to look at next to send it around? Do you want that way or this way? Look at them now. Do they know?
Like right now?
Yeah. So they can be ready. Just look at one of them so they say, oh yeah, he's coming to me. So which way are you going? She's hiding her face. So she might be last. Okay. Okay, good. And we release. Because whatever happens, even if you change all the rules, I'm good with that because it's improvisation. Release, whatever happens is fine. Oh, we can't release it. We haven't. We can release that. Okay. So you'll begin. Look at the next one. Lock pulse in your body. And if you're listening, lock pulse in your body too. This is mirror neurons, really finding them, practicing, finding each other. Yeah. Fabulous. Comes back to the first player. He goes free. Yes. He sings the story on. Yes. Stories done, they look at each other and find a natural ending. Yeah! How about you? Yeah? Did you have fun? Okay, was it scary? It is, I know. But great. We're really hoping from fear to freedom, so we're hoping to get you there. Fantastic. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that you don't have to remember the ostinato. I never do. So when you tell your story after that, it's like, I have no idea where I was. Because you're in a new place, of course. So it's fine. So come back to someplace new. This is a quintet here? Okay, super. So I want to introduce now another stunning form. I love all of these. This one is solo drone, and so you play something short. You can come in either in just a drone note. How do you do that? So the first person, so look at each other and decide in 1 second or less who's going first. Is it you? Okay, good. Perfect, thank you. Do it 1 second or less. And so you're just going to take a breath and play a sound. One note, and you're going to hold that breathe when you need to breathe, of course. And which way are you going to send it? And you're going to send it to the next person? You should do your ensemble. Yeah, so you'll send it to the next person, they add their note. Doesn't have to be the same note. And we build, each note comes in around. So you stack a chord, okay? And there are no wrong notes, I'll say that particularly you. There are no wrong notes. So when you're stacking this, come in, just emotion and stay there, okay? Even if it's close. Okay, good. And then it comes back to you, short story, same idea. Short story, and you'll find an end. Okay, let's release for them. From fear to freedom. Okay. Beautiful. Make sure you look at the next person so they know you're in. Beautiful. And they all go free. So now they all go free a little bit. We have more time. They would go free to see where it goes, leaving the form, as the form connects them, and see where does it go. And then they find an ending together. Yeah. So solo drone, let's see, fantastic. Okay, over here, are you a quartet? Let's do the same process, but let me show you the other way in. Are these making sense, these forms? You got it? Okay. I'll have these all written out for you too, so you don't have to remember it. I'm all about notes, and I've got all kinds of piles of notes. Same idea, but this time instead of coming in with the drum, I want you to play your way into the drum. So it might be something like, stay there. So we'll play a little, just a tiny bit. And in a world where there aren't so many of us, if you're with a group, you stretch this out. When you get from the form and go free, stay together and see where it goes, because that's where the magic is. Does that make sense? I'm very short with this, just so everybody gets a chance. Okay, good. So you're just going to play a little bit and land on that note that feels like, oh yeah, that's where I need to be in this. All right, who's going first? Thank you. And send it around this way. Okay, good. So we all released it now? Okay, great. story ends. Yeah, all right. Yeah, how that feel? Do you notice the difference? There's a difference in playing into it and just coming in. Could you feel the difference? I love both ways, but I wanted you to kind of experience both. So I'm trying to give you a taste of all the ways in. Super, thank you. Okay, what do we got over here? Oh, okay, super. So coming here, okay, stately dance. This is, if I would choose the three, when I have a short period of time with a group, I love to go over the mantras and give you the three to me that are the big, I can go home and do this with a few friends. A big take home. Stately dance is another one where it's the same rhythm and you stack one note. So if we think of stately dance, we used to call it saraband, and then we used for people has their own way with stuff, and people got real serious about it, and we stopped calling it, we just call it stately dance. So the rhythm is, I'm going to invite you all to play it. It just goes bum, 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 one note. Everybody ready? We'll have the whole room here just ready, and bum, bum, bum. So it's very clear, it's bum, 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 find it, bum, 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 just so you all have it in your bodies, okay, good. So the first person starts with just one note, that rhythm, each one adds a note, same rhythm. And so it's the rhythm that's the foundation that locks you in, and then the same structure you'll solo around. So who wants to go first, and what's the form? First you? You move your instrument, you're higher. Okay, and then send it around this way. Okay, great. And then it sax. Yeah, give them more love. That was fabulous. Good. Okay, good. Where are we? We're over here. All right. I'm just looking at the time going, I want to make sure you all get a chance to model them. Okay, so that's stately dance. That's another really beautiful form. What do we got here? Quartet. Okay, I'm going to merge. I'm going to get creative here. You haven't played yet, right? So we're making two quartets, or whatever we call it, octet. Yes. So make an octet. Good. Just getting creative. All right, here we go. So this is a group endeavor. In this group endeavor, it is a free improvisation. After we have played around with the forms are there to serve you. You are not a servant to the forms. So this is how I feel. It's improvisation. They're there as support. It's why I always say once the form brings you together, leave the form and go free. So this group, if they're willing, they're just going to go free from the get-go. All right? But because it's a big group, their challenge is to see if 4 can play at a time instead of 8. And so I'm going to invite them to start with 3 one-quality sounds. So it'll be 3 chords where everybody takes a breath and puts their sound on their instrument into the middle. Okay, 3. This is your parameter. And then it's going to go free, and see if you can have only 4 playing at a time and don't play the whole time. Leave room for each other and find an ending. Okay? Let's release to the new challenge. Then breathe together for the third one, really show it. Somebody gives a groove, you might grab it and jump on it. Listening. Big idea emerges, say yes, and go with it. And I'm going to take the rules of 4 out, so any number can play till you find the ending. No parameters now. Yeah! Woo! All right, fantastic. So, how did that feel? Were you happier once I took the parameters of having to think about 4 playing? I know that's why I did that. I was like, I could see them thinking, and went, oh, I don't want any thinking in this, go free. Yeah, that was fantastic. And you're looking for imitation, conversation, connection. How many groups do I have more to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, this is a feat. I think okay. We have 7 minutes. I'm going to give you my favorite form, but it takes 5 parts. It's Gabriel Ross based on the wave of 5 rhythms. This is a movement thing that I just love. And so it was the other thing that worked in the pandemic because people chose how they were feeling. This is a perfect emotion piece. So the wave is, it starts flowing. So this group, this is a whole piece, composition. You are all together. The first movement is here, and you are flowing. So this is free improvisation, and the form is that you're going to start the wave, and it's flowing. So you're going to play flowing for a little bit, and then you're going to keep on playing, but the wave is going to move to the second movement. And the second movement is staccato, where the water starts to break up. I'll remind you so you don't have to remember. I'll always say staccato. They're going to send it, but don't stop, because it's a wave, it's fluid. It comes to staccato and starts to fall apart. This group, you're chaos. So it's at the top of the wave, it's like, somehow that seems like, this looks like a fun chaos point, okay? So it goes like, and it goes crazy, chaos. And you're going to play over staccato. Staccato plays until they get it. and grab it, kind of like meet me where I am. Chaos, it goes into chaos, and then chaos drops into lyrical. And lyrical is when everything blows up at the top of the wave. The drops start to realign, but they reorganize in a new way. That's you. And then all of us comes in the fifth movement of stillness. And this has to happen probably a minute each, and I think we'll be right to time. Make sense? Flowing, staccato, chaos, lyrical, stillness. Okay, everybody please. Oh, this is our composition. Pretty close. And you look over and send all of you to send it around. Stillness at the end of the wave. Release. Did everybody get to play? Did I miss a group? Yes. Think about Victor Wooten when we talk about in music for people, melody, harmony, rhythm, and harmony, and that's how we structure our training. Victor stretched it out to 10, which I love, and so I want you to think about what we just did in the last hour. Listening. Did we cover new ways to listen? Really, listening to me is the foundation of everything we do. We listen in a new way. Silence and space. Did we explore that? He talks a lot about leaving silence and space. Rhythm and body. I just encourage you to move and embrace rhythm internally. We are full of rhythm. So important to find that. Notes. We explore notes in all kinds of ways. Dynamics. Yeah. Articulation. Particularly, that was fantastic. I love the word right there. Articulation, phrasing. Think about the phrasing. Tone and timbre and texture. And technique. Did you get a chance to employ the techniques and the language that you know that you've been working on for a lifetime? It all comes out in improvisation. You have the tools and the language, which is so amazing, to create remarkable music that is you. And so I love Stephen Nachmanovich talks about it when he describes himself, and I would say the same thing, but I didn't think of it, but I wish I did. He says, I play music that's less than 5 minutes old. Think about that. Our culture doesn't particularly acknowledge and respect music that's less than 5 minutes old. But all music at some point in its life was less than 5 minutes old when it was being created. We are creative. You are creatives. That's why you're here on the planet. So I invite you, encourage you to create and to play in this way and use all of the skills that you have. I think that it's the balance in the brain and the body too. Is for me these days, this is the music I want to hear because it's real and I feel people. I feel you when you play this way, and I think it's the best gift you can give anyone. I'll get off my soapbox and say, please go and improvise. Hopefully this gave you some really wonderful, simple tools. That was beautiful to spend the last hour with you. It's a great honor and joy, and I will give you notes. I'm not sure how I'll get them to you, but I think I can do that. That just outline these structures so you can play with them. Please do. All right? And so give a round of You are remarkable. You're welcome. No worries. Oh my gosh, how was that chaos? In Europe they say cows, and they went through a whole conference in Australia where the whole time they're talking about cows emerging, and I was like, what is cows? Because I was thinking moo, cows. But they said, oh, it's chaos, you know, it's cows. And they went, chaos. So I always think of that when we get to the chaos part. It was awesome. Yay!